coming in hot. So obviously, there's not much to be said about Zero that you haven't already heard.
Yeah.
Who's HYM play? Do you know? Familiar player?
Personally, I'm not too familiar with him.
So we're going to have to see exactly what's going on. We're going to scout him out for you guys.
Yeah. This is the perfect platform for him to make us aware of what he's about. Yeah.
Exactly, because he gets an opportunity right here on center stage against Zero. All right. My informant has told us that it's going to be a Diddy Kong. Got the phone tap on.
All right, so if you're going to go Diddy Kong against Zero.
Zero is the best Diddy Kong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Undisputedly. Undisputedly. I actually think he should main Diddy Kong.
You know what? I respect that, but I do like what he's doing. I like the dual main.
No, for sure. I do like the dual main.
Because I have personally been witness to situations where his Diddy wasn't pulling through. He picks Sheik. Sheik wraps it up. Vice versa. His Sheik wasn't pulling through, and then he picks Diddy, and then he just... I feel like when you go from Diddy to Sheik, it's a bit different than going from Sheik to Diddy, because Diddy's pace is just so eclectic and just aggressive. It's just it takes people off guard a little bit better.
But the thing I always say about Zero's Diddy is that it is a perfect example of how to be artistic. Of course, Zero giving us a little dance right there. But how to be artistic in Smash 4. I mean, the way he moves with the character, it's just so creative. It's so dynamic, and he just shows you stuff you've never seen before in Smash at all.
Yeah, I think that's how you can tell he takes time and nurtures his game in the lab. He doesn't just play friendlies over and over with his crew. He actually sits down and figures out the best way to optimize not only his gameplay but his dancing ability. Clearly, he's got that optimized too. But no, he'll do things like if you're dancing with him in neutral play, speaking of dancing, and you roll behind him, he'll instantly turn around down tilt.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the type of punish you don't see a lot of players do on reaction. And again, changing up your control scheme definitely leads to that. If you're one of those players that are still playing with your C-stick set to smash attack, you're not going to be able to optimize your punishes like that. But when you got a down tilt like Diddy's that comes out so fast and sets up so much, it's pretty much, it's a given that you should work towards playing with C-stick set to tilt. It'll give you the best, the most optimized punishes available.
All right, so Diddy Kong is locked in. I'm curious, do you think he's going to go Sheik? Do you think he's going to go Diddy?
I think he's going to go Diddy. I think he wants to...
Or do you think he's going to go somebody else?
Warm up the hands. You think so? Zero's been pretty cheeky lately, so...
All right, no, it is going to be Sheik. I didn't think he would go for the Ditto, really. I mean, I think the Ditto is going to be very interesting. Because you're going to have two bananas on the map.
Yeah, that always makes things interesting.
But Sheik is going to be, obviously, advantage against Diddy. And, of course, Zero's not going to get caught by any Diddy shenanigans because he's very familiar with the character.
Yep.
So I'm surprised he didn't go for any jab or grab right there. Instead, go for the forward air as Diddy Kong rolls in. But still, so far, he has not left himself open at all. Nice bread and butter combo right there. Going to rack up 36% and instantly goes into punishing the standard wake up with the grab. And see, okay, now here's what's beautiful right there. Zero said, okay, well, we already have made you afraid. The first level of conditioning was done in the first 15 seconds of the match. He said, we have already made you afraid of doing a standard wake up.
Yeah, the regular
because we're going to anticipate that with a grab. Oh my, that's a stock. No. That's a stock. Wow. Just like that.
TSM Zero trying to put a speed record out here. Speed run.
How fast can we win this day? Yo, dude, ADDQ was like 2 weeks ago, bro.
Jeez, like, I think he's still here. Yeah. I think he's bringing it alive here.
Yeah.
I think that was our fastest match today.
Yeah.
And of course, by none other than Zero, it's like, of course it's the fastest match with him. Oh, we're going to see a switch to Toon Link. Maybe he wants to control his speed a little bit. Like, let me not make things as fast for you. Let me put some bombs in your way, put some obstacles in your way.
Toon Link, as we were saying before about Rosalina, another character rather, that makes you play his game.
Yes.
Like Pac-Man, where you have the projectile trap character that's going to make you say, okay, you must avoid this, you must avoid that. Diddy's actually another one of those players, but obviously Zero is very familiar with what to do against... well, we don't get, a Zero death right now.
Here. That's one thing that you have to pay attention to in character-specific matchups is what combos you should be doing at what percents.
Right.
Some only work at the middle, at the beginning, or at the end.
Toon Link lost his jump there. He's going to have to get an up B here. He gets himself back to the edge. Oh my gosh.
Getting up neutral.
Look how wise Zero is. He knew that the mix-up was coming because if you look deep into the mental battle between these two players, what happened was that Ed said, okay, I did neutral get up. You read it the first time in the first match. It didn't work. You instantly read it, instantly grabbed it. So the second time, I tried to roll from the edge, but what ended up happening was you knew that I wasn't going to do neutral get up, so you were anticipating other options such as this, and thusly you were able to react to it very easily. Yeah. So the third time, I'm going to try and do neutral get up and see if you react the same way with, you know, knowing that I might go back to that option and throw in a spot dodge. Zero was just way past all that. He was like, all right, dude, you could wake up and spot dodge. I'm just going to wait for it to grab you. How are you that far ahead?
Because what I noticed Zero does, when he sits at the edge holding shield, what he does, he mentally preps for you tapping forward and reacts to the roll.
Yeah.
It's kind of, he has his mind on a default mode and then has something else
fish
ready for you. Oh. Wow. more of a speed run Zero here. Making short work of his opponent.
Okay, now this is another one of the things I was talking about, is to fight